Hey Cancers, welcome to August 2017. I hope you guys had an incredible July. Really quickly, just want to let you guys know that Mercury is going retrograde come August 13th. I know you guys have probably heard all about Mercury retrograde, but this is really the time to not be making any major purchases, not be signing any contracts. Like if you had like a new job, like if you could sign it now, especially when it comes to buying technology, electronics, cars, computers, cell phones. It's just really not the time to be making any major purchases or making any major decisions about your life. That being said, August is a year of power. It's also a year where the completion of a cycle of that power imbalance will be coming to an end. Sorry, that didn't make any sense. The completion of the power imbalance cycle. So you'll see that wrapping up, especially in your relationships, especially at home and with the family. So these are the two cards that popped out when I was shuffling for the Cancer, August 2017. A lot of low vibe energy going on, and it's all stemming from just trying to get authority at home with the family, just trying to get that power when it comes to the home and family. So recognize that August is going to be the month where that peaks, where it's like, okay, what's going on? Where do I even have power? Do I have power? Where am I putting too much power? You can also really find huge financial gains or losses depending on the path that you are walking and if you're prepared for this shift. So what I'm doing this month is if you post your birth details, I will let you know where Mercury is retrograding in your chart. So it shows you where you really need to be clear and where you shouldn't be making any decisions, and where you just need to be internalizing that decision-making process and figuring out what is going to make you happy after the Mercury retrograde. I'll also let you know where the sun is hitting your chart, so that kind of balances out the negative of the Mercury retrograde with the positive of the sun, because the sun is like a spotlight. It's optimistic. It's great, positive energy that if you can see it in that area of your life, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna stay over here. For instance, if the sun is on your 7th house of relationships, you're gonna just say, screw everything else in my life. I'm just gonna focus on where I'm feeling happy right now, which is relationships. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. What else can I tell you? So that's numerology. So September is going to be a big year. I mean, wow. September is going to be a big month, okay? September is the peak of numerology. So September is really going to be when a lot of new beginnings are coming in for everyone. So be prepared for September, but I'll obviously come back on in September and let you guys know exactly where those peaks are hitting you. So like I said, post your birth details and I will let you know. So a couple cards popped out for the Cancer already. So like I said, the low vibe energy at home with your family and friends. Then we also have focusing on what you've built so far and people admiring that building and people being like, okay, just do your thing. You're building, so we're just going to keep it here. You built something and now you're focused on sustaining what you built. However, a lot more opportunities have come in for growth, a lot more opportunities. So although at home you're struggling to find that power, when it comes to your career and your empowerment and your work and what you've built for yourself, yeah, you guys have done well and people admire that. And that's probably where there's the imbalance at home. That's probably where a lot of low vibe energy is coming from at home, because they're like, why is the Cancer so diligently focused on getting their grounding where they won't even make any leeway? Like they're really holding on to their money and their empowerment so close and tightly that I feel like I can't even get in there and I want to emotionally connect. However, they have so many opportunities and they're so busy that it's like, where do I fit in? So that's what's going on with you and your family. And if that's where you're feeling a lot of resentment and struggles, it's time to just take a step outside of yourself, take a step back, look in from their point of view. Yeah, you expect them to be proud and happy of you, and happy for you, sorry, and happy of what you've accomplished. But if you're killing your home and family for it and putting up obstacles for them, is it worth it? Okay, those are the cards that popped out. I'm going to force some cards. August 2017, Cancer. Okay. Okay. Now the theme. The theme, just like the Aries, is that you know that something is missing in your life, but you don't know what. Emotionally. Emotionally, something is missing. You've been really focused on what you already have, what's been going on over here, that there is something right beside you just asking and vying for your attention. Okay? This is another 4 card, all about home and family. Friends and family, you've been given a lot of time and energy to because you want to move on from hard times because it's been feeling really, you've been feeling really pinned down, especially when it comes to getting that abundance in your home and family. It's time to take some rest because after you do rest, you'll recognize that you have to move on from something with your power. So like I said, something emotionally is missing in your life. It's time to give yourself the self-care and love to explore what that could be. Keep it to yourself though. Don't talk to people about it. You don't need to be telling people what's missing in your life because they can exploit that. So keep it to yourself on where you've been giving a lot of your energy and where you've been giving a lot of your nurturing, and what you need to do in order to figure out what is missing. Then you will be able to move on from hard times with the people who still matter, with the people who are there for you. However, that will cause some animosity with the people who aren't there, but it's really just your own animosity. So stay strong. Stay incredibly strong and realize that there's always a silver lining, and then you will finally get that abundance. Family will come back around, get that abundance, and it's only until like after that abundance is presented with the home and family, you're just gonna rest on it. You're like, okay, yeah, I'll show you family that I'm abundant, I'm doing well, but I'm doing it on my own. All right, I'll help you move on from hard times. I'm doing it on my own. And it is for you in the long run, and you will realize that you're moving on with your power. So that's the theme. Plus, we have the cards that popped out that needed our instant attention. The reading is based on new money, okay? New money. So as a Cancer, family is incredibly, incredibly important. Like, it's above all. And because family can be the focus of the Cancer's attention, a lot of the times they forget that they're actually a cardinal sign and they're leaders. They're supposed to be getting out there. Sorry. They're supposed to be getting themselves out there and getting that coin, getting that power, getting the empowerment. However, because they're so focused on other people's, their family essentially, and home and family and nurturing those relationships, especially with their mom, they forget about that. So this month, you guys are being forced to remind yourselves that if you're not built up and happy, you're not going to be able to support your family. And supporting your family is paramount for a Cancer's happiness. Recognize that although this may not be you right now, this is what is needed. You need to get into this mind state. This woman is completely alone. She looks like she's pregnant, so she is creating something. She's birthing something, but she's standing alone on her own 2 feet. She takes it very slow and steady, and she's also able to make adjustments. Okay, so this new money will come in once you're able to make the adjustment and make the change. That it has to start with your empowerment. You can't empower anybody else. You can't get people to where they want to be. You can't help them or support them until you're, in fact, there yourself. It's like the wounded healer, right? The wounded healer went through the struggle. I don't want to go and get advice from a let's just say I'm looking for advice on money. I'm not going to go to a broke financial advisor. So get yourself empowered, get yourself in the proper state so your family and friends can say, oh, Cancer's empowered. Now they can help me. Now they can actually help me. Subconsciously, though, still have that lack mind state. Still have that lack mindset as well. The Cancers worry a lot. I was just reading about this the other day, especially with the moon in Cancer. They worry a lot. It's kind of like more of a pessimistic, the moon in Cancer essentially is more of a pessimistic outlook as opposed to a positive one. Like a Sag will instantly see the optimism, and then the Cancer will get real and say, well, like there's always 2 sides. And the Cancer also recognizes that emotions fluctuate like the moon, like the tides, okay? So subconsciously, there's still a lot of lack mindset. Keep in mind that what you're thinking about, you're putting out there. So if you know any Sages in your life and you're like, why are they so happy-go-lucky? Why are they so lucky? why does it always work out for them? Why can they just do their own thing? And why am I here struggling to make ends meet and to support my family? It's because the Sag starts from a positive place. So get rid of this mindset by just acknowledging it. I bet you mom and parents fought about money all the time. So you can just say that their ideas about money and power and financial freedom aren't your ideas. If you didn't experience it firsthand, let go of it, because that was their experience. It's not for you to hold on to and then live your life based on that. If firsthand, if you can, I'm not saying, when I say experience firsthand, I mean from the get-go. If you, when you were, you know, a child, before somebody conditioned you to say that you need to work hard in order to be successful, and you can't get paid well just being yourself, you have to conform, and that money will always be an issue in home and family and not having enough. If that was not a seed planted by you, by your own understanding, then fine. But a lot of the times, it's just based on conditioning. It's based on what we've seen on TV. It's based on what our parents have said. It's based on what happened with our parents. But it didn't actually stem from our own idea. So as much as you're saying, yeah, but I've been broke or I've been struggling, have you always been struggling based on your own understanding, based on your own actions? Or have you been struggling based on how other people have manifested their struggles? Do you see what I'm saying? So recognize that you are putting stuff out there, no matter what. You're putting it out into the universe and it comes back threefold. So stay positive. There's no other way around it. We have to manifest positively. Crystals help. This is an opal. It blocks negative energies. It brings up issues from the past to clear them. Pink tourmaline is another crystal I just got, and it's weird that I'm holding on to them during our reading alone. It just goes to show. So I'm urging you guys to get an opal stone, pink tourmaline to ground you, and to also heal a lot of those old wounds, okay? Because they're not yours. And the only way to get rid of this poverty mindset is to completely shift it around. And it's going to feel really awkward and uncomfortable at first, because you pretty much have to lie to yourself and say that you have more than enough every single day. But by making those affirmations, I have positivity, I have abundance, I have prosperity, I get paid well to be me. That is, like, for me, saying I get paid well to be me is the single most important affirmation I have made that has empowered me 100%. Because to get paid well to be yourself is something that, who can even say that? Who can even say that? So that was like the first step to be like, that is insane. But once I've convinced myself of it, I'm not saying I'm a millionaire, but I definitely feel like I'm on the route where I could be paid well to be myself, right? So it's really about changing the mindset, and it works. It works. Recently, family and friends, either a union, something at home, something with the family, a party, a gathering, really focusing on what you've sown, what you've grown, and just tying up those loose ends. You right now, struggling with power, with finances, with money, struggle, juggle. Keep juggling though. Get diligent on where you're pulling in money and where you're putting it out, and make sure that there's a balance, because it's really quite the struggle. And make sure that nobody is taking from you without your understanding or acknowledgement or acceptance. If you find that people are especially in a partnership, take, and there's no balance, non-equal exchange of energy, you're just creating karmic debt. I don't know if you guys believe in reincarnation, but for me, it is what has been the single most important regression I've done in hypnosis I've worked with. If you're creating these karmic debts because you're giving, or taking, and it's not balanced out, you better hope to see this person in another lifetime, because they'll be back to even the score. You might as well just balance it out now. Family and friends are the ones who are absolutely taking, okay? They're the ones taking from you, and it's not right. It's not right. It's not fair. And like I said, you're going to keep having that karmic debt. Really interesting. I know that I can tell the Cancers, because you guys are intuitive like that and can get deep. but I was reading about reincarnation. It was saying that what will happen is you'll come back, like just say, like for instance, I'll use the Cancer I know. They have like a really, really intense relationship with their second born son. And the way that they're saying it is that in another life, it would have been reversed, where they were the son who was giving the mom a hard time. So you're kind of forced to see all angles. That's why empathy really exists, because at one point in your life, you just or not in your lifetimes, you just know that you've experienced that emotion, you've experienced that pain, so you're able to empathize even though you've never gone through that situation in this lifetime. And cancers are empathy rulers. Like they're so empathetic. So a Cancer can absolutely see how that makes sense for that person. Hope and fear is to have fun and to let loose. This was Taurus's key card. Hope and fear is to just let loose, have fun, enjoy yourself, dance, party, let go, let loose. Stop putting those boundaries. Stop trying to be a puppeteer, and just have fun. That's the hope and the fear. What's going on? Why do you feel like you can't let go and have fun? Do you feel like home and family will fall apart, or are you the bad guy when it comes to parenting? Are you the one that has to always say no when spouse is always saying yes? And you feel like sometimes I find that we get trapped in these images. If everybody looks at you in some way, you feel like you can't transform, you can't change, because they're always going to hold you to that. For instance, like being like the bitchy sister, just being angry all the time. That's your image. That's your place in the family. So it feels like you can't even deviate from that. You can't have a good day, because you know that somebody's going to make the comment saying, "Oh, well, you're in a good," you know what I mean? So it's really about trying to get out of those stereotypes and out of that typecast, and really exploring yourself. At the end of the day, you really will get to where you need to be, but it's all about focusing on what you're putting out there, making sure it's positive, making sure that it's stable, making sure that it's actually going to build you up. And don't forget to thank the people that help you along the way. At the end of the day, Cancer, you're really going to find a lot of strength. Okay, so new money is here. New money is, if it's on the spread, it can come in, but it's all about being diligent in what you're putting out there and saying every day, making those affirmations every day, looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm wealthy, I'm prosperous, I'm abundant. And this is not just financial abundance. This is also power. This is also feeling in control, feeling like you have some power, especially with the family, feeling like you actually make a difference in their lives, and not feeling like you're being left out in the cold, like you're not getting the attention that you feel like you deserve, especially the attention that you put out, because Cancers are so loving and nurturing. It's hard to get that back unless you're surrounded by other Cancers, right? Okay. That being said, I think I didn't mention, but if I didn't mention it, I'm going to mention it one more time. I'm putting out life purpose reports. I'm giving life purpose reports. So these life purpose reports use astrology, numerology, and tarot, and they lay it on the line. They let you know what your strengths are, what your weaknesses, why you're here, your soul's direction, if you're on the right path, what to do to get back on the right path if you feel like you're not on it. Which majority of people are, because we're all essentially on the right path. It's just the direction we want to take. We can either take, the hard route or the easy route. So it's really just adjusting ourselves to flow with the universe. It comes with a 10 to 15 page report, along with like around a 30-minute video that is just sent to your inbox within, let's say about 2 to 3 weeks max, maybe 1 week, who knows. Anyways, that's all I have for you, Cancers. I hope you have an amazing August. I will see you guys in September for that volcano peak, that volcanic combustion of energy that I'm so excited for. I'm so glad that we made it unscathed. So like I said, comment below with your birth details, and I will do everything that I can to figure out what's going on for you guys in August in a more concise and conducive way. Love you guys. Have an amazing month. I'll see you in September. Bye-bye.